Okay, so for the first time in my podcast history, I am going to share my screen and show you this picture because it cracked me up. Is that hilarious? That is terrifying.
I see the romance, I guess. That's the heart.
Right?
That's their romance.
Right? There, let's see if I can do another.
Oh my god, those faces.
Like, let's go with a solid no.
Yes, definitely not. That is terrifying. No, I
guess
guess
the page was like that. So I mean, it wasn't just like, hey, that was an accident. Oops. It was
right. That in that case, that's an AI issue. That's not a that's that specific AI. That's not
AI,
how
man and woman in love. Yeah.
Yes,
that's what they look like in the computer world.
So we were since we're speaking on AI, I had somebody who they typed into ChatGPT.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by
success.
Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Sex desire is the most powerful of human desires. When driven by this desire, men develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. So strong and impelling is this desire for sexual contact that men freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge in. When harnessed and redirected along other lines, this motivating force maintains all of its attributes of keenness of imagination, courage, etc., which may be used as powerful creative forces in literature, art, or in any other profession or calling, including, of course, the accumulation of riches. Napoleon Hill.
Hey, welcome to the Little Blue Pill for Business podcast, where it's all about getting it up and keeping it up. And yes, we're talking about revenue and profits. We know it's all about 6 inches between your ears. So I interview some of the hottest people in the industry who are blowing and going so we can help you get in some action. So if you like a little tongue in cheek and not just physically, you're in the right place. Today, we are jumping into bed with my most amazing guest, Stefan. Stefan, thank you so much for being here with us today.
I am enjoying this. I'm now thinking of all the lovely puns that are going to come your way.
Excellent. So while you're at it, give us a highlight of who you are and what you love to do for business.
I'm the professional unicorn. Thus, I have a purple microphone that looks like a phallus, apparently, which is what we were discussing before we got on air. And what I do is create videos for people. I know, get your heads out of the gutter. It's not always Pornhub videos that I end up making, even though if that's something that you want to do. When I first started my career, one of my first potential clients was somebody that said, yeah, I do OnlyFans. Can you help me with that? And I thought, well, didn't think that's what this was going to go, but here we are. And for those that don't know, no, it's not about equipment that helps you stay cool. It's a different kind of website. But with all of that, what I do is I take business owners and really help them get out of their shell and communicate their unique self in a way that we can get on video. And I don't do any kind of that bullshit where it's just, ChatGPT and a bunch of scripts that people can't actually read. That's what I do.
What? You don't like the video where people can't read properly?
Well, I like them, but sometimes, I have no idea what they actually do.
Awesome. So let's back up the bus a little bit. How did you get into videography as a thing?
I did this way back when I was in like middle school. I'm jumped into something like this that was just it was fun. Whenever there was a project or anything, I'd go, "Yep, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it." At one point, we had a Hamlet project, as doesn't everybody in high school in the United States have to do something Hamlet related. So we had a weekend to do some kind of project, and while plenty of other people turned in like an 8-line poem that was obviously written on a spiral notebook during lunch period that they ripped out. I swear I saw one, the corner was literally like ripped off and they got an A for it. And I was like, this is bullshit. We ended up doing, by we, it was like a team of 6 or 8 of us. We created like a 15 or 20 minute video that was the rewriting of Hamlet. It was called Hamlet Abridged and Destroyed. And we threw a whole bunch of stuff in there. And so over the years, I've realized that that's the kind of stuff that I love, is finding those creative ways of doing it, as opposed to all the stupid, dumb ways that we tend to say, you have to do business this way and you have to do video creation this way. I've just found that you can make so many fun things on video and make people shine and be themselves. So yeah.
Nice. I love it. So, and my brain, of course, because it's a little blue pill for business, goes to, is it true that all cameramen or the people behind the cameras are voyeurs, not exhibitionists?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I've never asked them.
Right. That's
Yeah.
it's hard because I live the role of being all around the camera. I do some parts in the front, some parts in the back. Do with that what you will. But yeah, that's a little bit hard. I do find there's an interesting piece that most business owners go, I don't want to be in front of the camera. I want to be back. They know what they want things to look like, and they realize they're not the performers that are able to do those amazing, fantastic feats that would be seen on camera. And yet, in today's digital world, it seems that so many of us are on Zoom, so many of us are on camera,
True.
and then, but we don't think that we're on camera for some reason. It's a very interesting disconnect that people have, because as soon as then they hit a record button, because that changes something, it doesn't. It's all a mindset shift, right? All of a sudden they're a robot and they cannot be themselves. So yeah, very
Crazy.
different.
I once heard that it's not everybody's a face model, but it doesn't mean you don't have hands and feet. It's like,
Yeah. No,
that
it's very true. It's very true. And I mean, there is an interesting spot there to say, why not just film and be the filmer of what is your day like? Maybe if you're not the person, what is your voice like? When I say video, a lot of times people think I have to be on video. You don't have to be on video. It's just that video combines audio and the visual part, and it's so much more engaging. Maybe you just show us what you do. POV is an entire category on certain channels and websites that you might enjoy or not. But, point of view is an interesting way. When we say, what's a day in the life of a CEO? What is a day in the life of a CEO? Is it better that we see it or that we see it from their perspective?
Nice. Well, and I think a lot of people don't realize that there's this thing called B-roll, where you could take an actual Zoom meeting of somebody getting passionate and excited about something and then have a voiceover on it and have nothing to do with what they were like. Lips don't have to move the same time the audio goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the other part that's kind of fun that we've been playing around lately is AI images.
Ooh, tell me more.
And well, so you can take the same voiceover kind of stuff and throw it onto AI images. And then if you're really, really scared and you don't want to do it, you can do text to speech, where you just type out what you want it to say and AI says it for you in a sexy robot voice, or whatever you choose, whatever is your flavor, over the images that you decide to use as well. So
AI imagery and AI videos, quite frankly, scare me, because we did a little bit of some tests. And we looked up man and woman in romantic relationship. Show me an image. And they were no, and it wasn't what you think. It was just really bad distortion. It looked like Picasso had found some JPEGs, thrown shit together, and some of them were terrifying. It's like, that looks like a horror movie, not
what did
a romance
you use?
novel. That is awful.
Do you remember which one you used? Was it Canva?
No, it was
Mirjani, what is her name? Dolly.
it was it was like picture IO or something. Like, it was really
okay.
kind of obvious as to what the thing was. I'm totally gonna go and see if I can find
find the pictures and throw. Yeah.
I'm like, if that's what people are putting on the internet for their marketing now.
No, I was gonna say whatever you were using, because I've used some of Canva stuff and it does that, where you're like, what are you doing? It looks like from it you can easily tell, okay, a robot did this. But some of those higher end ones where they're not as free, it's pretty impressive of what it can do, and you couldn't tell. You could be like, this is a graphic designer made this. Except for one that I use is terrible at doing text. So for example, I was making a thing and I said, I want you to create a logo, and the logo literally needs to use the words computer doctor. Those are the words that need to be on it. And all the logos that came up said things like cop doc, or like couple. And I was like, what are you doing? What is this?
No. Okay, so for the first time in my podcast history, I am going to share my screen and show you this picture, because it cracked me up. Is that hilarious? That is terrifying.
I see the romance, I guess. That's the heart.
Right.
That's their romance.
Right there. Let's see if I can do another.
Oh my god, those faces.
Like, let's go with the solid no.
Yes, definitely not. That is terrifying. No,
And
I
the whole
guess
front page
the
was like that. So I mean, it wasn't just like, hey, that was an accident. Oops. It was
right that in that case, that's an AI issue. That's not that's that specific AI. That's not how
AI,
a lot
man
of
and
them look
woman
like.
in love. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what they look like in
Oh,
the computer world.
so we were since we're speaking on AI, I had somebody who they typed into ChatGPT for it to write a quick story, a quick horror story that it as the AI would find terrifying. Like what would scare it as the AI? And the story that it said is that it was a apocalyptic world where all the humans had died and they created this AI and the AI was the only thing that was left. And within itself, it found basically a self-destruct sequence that was going to go off at any point and it didn't know when it was going to go off and delete itself. It was a complete deletion thing. And it was so highly encrypted, it would never be able to crack it. So at some point, it didn't know when it would die. And that is what AI found terrifying.
Aw, that's so sweet.
It's
I
almost
don't
like a
know
human
if
existence.
computers really know when they get turned off.
No,
I know you think that's terrifying, but I don't think that they do, actually.
it's fair. Yeah. To them, it may not be terrifying. It just may be.
Exactly. That's hilarious. So when it comes to doing videos for your clients, what are some of the more fun kind of projects that you've worked on that either required your creativity or you went, "Oh, that's actually fun." It's hilarious.
Yeah. So it's funny that I was saying the computer doctor one is one that we're doing right now because we're trolling somebody. They don't know that we're creating it. It's just a little fun project of us creating the stuff. The
Stalking somebody.
we're well, sort of, not entirely. They know
Hey,
that
look, we made this
funny, but-
video of you while you weren't looking and didn't know you had cameras on you. I don't. That's what people.
to be very fair, we're not using their image. We're just using AI. But yes, because that would be
I'm
a
kidding,
little
people.
creepy.
I'm kidding. If you're listening to this, I'm just
I
kidding.
should though. That would be fun. No, that would really put it over the edge. Now you're making me think of how I could figure out how to do it. A terrible aside, by the way, there you can into some AI put out your own pictures or photographs of people and then ask it to recreate those in various other images.
Hmm.
They don't really look like you. It's weird. It starts looking more like the pictures that we saw earlier. It's like that. I mean, I could see how somebody might mistake that for me in a horror movie dream. But that would not necessarily be it. But
before sound guys, I think I've hit squeal more often in this interview.
fair enough.
Huh.
But there's AI for that as well, by the way, for
Yeah.
AI for
Exactly.
everything nowadays. In terms of the fun projects that I get to do, honestly, some of my favorite things are writing songs. My favorite
Fun.
project to date that I have done was a birthday present that I did for my business coach that he didn't know, which was rewriting the song "You're Welcome" from Moana into an entire parody about him. And I turn it into this. The entire video starts off as a testimonial. So he thinks I'm about to give him a testimonial, and then I come in dressed as him, singing this entire parody song with all the green screen and stuff behind it and all of that, because I just think there's so much more fun to be had and so many more personality things to be pulled out. I didn't even know. Turns out that's one of his favorite songs. It was the thing is afterwards when he was telling me, he said it so matter of factly as if I knew, and I was like, I didn't know. I just picked the song because I thought it fit you perfectly.
Little
So
did you know it did.
exactly.
Well,
So it's
a lot you
those are
did.
the really fun ones, but yeah, it's a lot harder to find other people, other business owners that are willing to do that. And go to that level, but I have some. There are a couple that will do little skits where we can do talking back and forth. That can be kind of fun, little bits and pieces, and that can be interesting. And then every now and again, somebody really just gets creative, and it's not even about me doing a creative thing. It's about me giving them the permission and saying,
Right.
"This is gonna be okay. We're gonna make this work. Do the crazy weird thing," because the worst thing that will happen is people will hate it, and then they won't really remember it. Because they don't nearly remember the failures as much as the successes. So it doesn't matter. As long as it's not utterly indecent, like that kind of failure. If your video doesn't get a bunch of views, okay, who cares? Make another video.
I love it. Well, and I was talking to somebody who does creative voiceovers, and it was kind of funny to me because creatives have a little special something going on in their head. that, your average business person just doesn't think that way. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, you can do that. You're just like, how? Where did that come from? What are you tapping into? What do you want? That is just, it's just the way you think. It's like, hey, that'd be fun. Let's do blah. And you're like,
the thing is, I think I might have a slight answer to it. I think that creatives are more open to the possibilities. Like they're not, the loop isn't continuously being shut off.
right.
Meaning that when I hear an accountant likes fishing, my mind goes, how do you combine fishing and accounting in a really funny way? Does he count all the fish that jump through? Does he tax himself on the number of fish? Like, what are the funny ways that go there, as opposed to him being like, those are not related, I can't talk about it, and the loop is cut off. You don't allow for the daydream for the next piece. Because it's not as if all these crazy, weird daydreams amount to anything. I'm not saying go on every single whim, but allow the exploration a little bit, and then that's how the connections are made. I think I let people do those explorations for themselves, where all of a sudden they light up, and I'm like, why isn't your business lighting you up this way? Why is it that I have to do this for you? So.
Because you can. So all of a sudden I had this thought going, oh, maybe that's why tax accountants don't fall asleep while they're reading the tax file thing, is because they fall asleep counting fish, not reading tax reports. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That would be that. I wonder then if they are falling asleep counting sheep, if they all of a sudden like the counting is somehow different. Like, no, that's not the appropriate sheep. That doesn't account for as much. No, I'm like, no, I can't. It's stressing me out. These sheep, they're not jumping in order. I don't know anything about them.
Right? Is there a different value between different kinds of sheep, like there is fish? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Probably.
I'm not a farmer.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So who would you say that you serve and support? Who's your ideal client? Who do you have the most fun with?
People that actually can laugh. Is it's kind of a given. Everybody can, but sometimes people think business needs to be so serious you're not allowed to laugh when talking about it. But so it's people that can be people to a certain degree. But it's service-based entrepreneurs that are going, I know I need to make videos. I know I need to stand out. I have no idea what to do. I don't know how to do it. That seems like a chore. I have a quote unquote success rate of 80% of the people after recording go, that was fun. It's not that the others don't think it's fun. The 80%, without me asking, say that word specifically. And so I go, okay, I'm doing something right. It's if people are just utterly stressed by it. So coaches are always wonderful because they have something interesting to say. But a lot of times they don't know how to formulate it. And the editing is a beautiful part that comes afterwards on my end.
Right. And do you have anybody that gets worried? They're going, oh my God, that was so much fun. Like people are going to expect me to be like that all the time. Just
well, so the beauty of it is then I go, well, weren't you just being yourself? And then they go, yeah, I guess I was. You just made me feel kind of comfortable to be myself. I'm like, are you planning to not be yourself all the time? Like, are you planning on quitting being yourself anytime soon? And usually not. Usually the mask is the work, as opposed to the fact that they can actually relax and be more themselves. And it tends to actually go in the exact opposite, as they don't have to put on the mask nearly as much to be something they're not.
Nice. Not that there's anything with wearing a mask and getting it up, doing your thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when it comes to kind of the market right now, would you say that video is more important than ever? Having fun with it is more important than ever? Or is there kind of a trend that's happening that needs to kind of be taken into account?
Ooh, those are three very interesting and different questions, actually,
Yes,
now that you
pick
asked them.
anyone you want.
No, because I want to answer all of them, but there's a better order for the answers I'm going to give. So
Okay.
I'm going to answer with the trend, because the trend is more of a general content, not just video, but overall business trend. And it's that now with the access to social media, access to creating your own content, internet, all those things, more and more we're going towards personal brands. We're going towards the brands of, I now get to know this specific person, and that's why I do business with them. Or it's something very, very specific to this little creator or whatever it may be. It's so much easier to start your own business online and all of those things. Having said that, it is thus, even the big companies are now pivoting towards more of this relatability. It is thus that much more important that your content is relatable to your specific human version, because I was literally on a call earlier today with somebody, and I asked them, who is your ideal client? And I gave them the chance to not say anyone. I was like, it can't be anyone. Like, give me a little bit more. But they're like, well, any business owner that wants to get more leads, cut down their costs, improve their profits, make sure that all their workers are happy. I'm going, that's literally every single business owner. That's not anybody. And, I feel that I'm around the people that think that's a meme, that of course everybody knows you can't say anyone, but no, people are still saying this. Seasoned people, seasoned professionals are still saying this. And so it's finding what is going to make you different. What are you going to be able to relate, and getting away from that fear that your content is going to push somebody away. It's good if it pushes people away, because that means it's probably going to attract the right people there. And so when it comes to video, nobody else can do your video, meaning that they could maybe take your voice, they could take the words, but in the end, when you're on camera, the reason that it's quote unquote king and the top level is because nobody else can ever steal it and recreate it. Even if they slap their logo on it, it's still you. And if you're not there and they go to a different company, they're like, well, where's so-and-so? I don't understand. So that's why video is the most important. And you will hear a lot of people say that you can reuse and repurpose content. And this is true. And video is probably at the top level of that, because you can turn it into audio, you can turn it into quotes, you can turn those quotes into graphics. Yes, that is absolutely true. But at the same time, that doesn't mean go create a really shitty video and you're just going to repurpose it into a ton of content. Go create a really good video. And then if you need to, you can repurpose it into other content.
Nice. Love that. And I totally had a thought in mind. And then you said, don't create a shitty video. I just went poof, gone. Yeah. Spreading your poop around the internet is not a good idea.
Was it the client clarity thing? The thing of
that's
where,
what it was.
yeah.
Is, you can tell somebody's never fired a client when they say that your audience is everyone. And it's like, maybe you have to be in business a little longer and fire a couple of clients, and then you'll know who's not your client. And you go, oh, okay, I'm getting it.
It's 2 comments on that is, like, after that, he immediately followed. He was like, no, I'm very picky about the kind of people I work with. And I was like, you literally said that you're not. Like, how dare you? And the second comment really is, so I was speaking to somebody, and they work as part of one of those bigger agencies, one of those bigger like finance agencies, big things, right? And I'm like, okay, look, you can take your personality and the kind of person you are and say, that's the only people that I'm going to work with, right? There are 300 other people that do exactly what I do for this exact same company. So the way that I'm different is, I don't know, I'm a Black woman and I prefer to work with other Black women that are from the Caribbean, like whatever it might be. But all of a sudden, as soon as I meet a Black woman from the Caribbean, I go, oh, I know exactly who to send you to. There you go. And immediately people go, oh, but then people think I don't work with anybody else. Not necessarily. You'll find other people, other things will happen. But this way people know, I find this person, that's the filter, I go there. As opposed to even when they go, anybody who needs financial help. I think we just really need to get very, very clear about that tiny specific. And if we can make that specific about us, that's even better, I think.
When I think people think that that's their only clientele, it's like, no, that's the only person we're aiming this particular video at. Because obviously, if you're going to start the video with, hey, the steel drum bands and going, hey, don't you wish you were at home right now? And you got the Caribbean feel going on. I mean, it's awesome. And then anybody that's been there is like, oh, I still got to watch this because it still makes me feel good about it. And, whatever. And then the next one can be about Phoenix, Arizona in the desert. Like, that's fine. We just got to know where we're filming this one. Like, we've got to pick somewhere. And when it comes to business and finding marketing partners, my favorite line, depending on who I'm working with, doing their marketing, is when they say anybody, it's like, okay, so if business was pleasure, would you sleep with everyone? Like, anyone, anyone in here? You'll do fine. Are you breathing? No, that's okay. All right, like, let's narrow it down. Then they're like, oh, okay, I don't want to be done that way. I don't want the strain of these jokes to continue the way they're going. Otherwise, you're going to get a reputation. So I'm like, hey, somebody's into necrophilia. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a word for it.
Yes. Okay, well, you took my joke. Fine. I was going to go down that rabbit hole. Okay, fine.
And that's how we get stumped. Okay, so give us an example of a Cinderella story of one of your clients.
And this is, I love this one because one of my clients, this is not the Cinderella story, but he's a life insurance agent. And when I filmed with him for the first hour, he couldn't say the words life insurance together. He just wouldn't say them. Another one of those kinds of things is crypto. People are terrified of the word crypto. And I'm working with this guy, and he makes me want to invest in crypto, which is, I can't believe I'm saying those words out loud. But the way that he talks about it is just, he puts himself and his personality into it, and he actually makes it realistic. He's not some kind of an actor, some kind of a salesperson. He has just put his personal passion behind it. And after recording the 30 that we usually do, because we usually do an hour and get him 30 clips, and he's been posting this whole entire month, he's now ramping up to do a summit because he's getting so many more people that are interested in doing all these things. And so it's the piece of where people now get to know him, and he didn't want to be the spokesperson, but he's so relatable because he's so passionate about that specific thing that now more and more people want to learn from him about crypto. Crypto? Really? Yes, crypto of all things. Even I want to hear more from him.
Well, and it is kind of funny when people can't say the name of their own business or the industry that they're in. I used to run a company called Success Therapy. I'm like, I can enunciate it, but not everybody can. They said, that's okay. If you misheard that, we can work on that too. Whatever you heard is a little Freudian. We can work on that. That's okay.
Fair.
Love it. So what might some stumbling blocks be that somebody's going through in business right now as they're listening to this going, oh my God, Stefan, I need you so badly in my business?
I am not in the business of convincing people they need to be on social media and that they need to post videos. It needs to be people that go, I know I need to do this. I do not have the time. I don't have the time. I don't know what to talk about. This is way too much for me. I've never been good on camera. Those are all perfect reasons to go, okay, let's do this, because we don't take a whole lot of time from you in that regard. And if you're going, I don't even know how to post it, I've got resources for you there as well. I'm not going to post it for you. I'm the same person that I go, yeah, I don't like posting my own social media, as baffling as I love making it. The posting it is, ugh. But there are other amazing people out there that do that. And I've got their contacts as well.
Nice. Love it. So I know our listeners are going to want more from you. How did they start that journey with you?
So stefanzavelin.com is an easy one. But if you want to see these weird videos, I just posted one today about me playing blues guitar while also talking to myself about sad, repetitive, shitty videos. You can find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Stefan Zavelin.
How long is that video? I got to ask.
Oh, it's like 15 seconds. It's not.
Can you play it? Can you play it? Can you play it?
Huh? I play it right now. Oh, I can't pull it up right now. I'm sorry.
Come on. Really? After half an hour, you still can't pull it up?
I can't. It
so
takes me half an hour to... I thought we finished a while ago. I didn't realize that I was going to have to go for a second one. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Yes.
More. We want more.
More. I don't know if I can pull it up.
I want video. Even for those of you who are on podcast right now, that's okay, because I'm sure the voiceover will be most entertaining, or the voice, whatever. I say voiceover anytime I'm thinking about audio.
There we go.
I know LinkedIn, a lot of people say a lot of things when they're thinking other things. It's my Freudian slip, voiceover. I don't think that's a real Freudian slip.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Freudian.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, my bad.
All right.
Sound. Blues for all the... Don't worry about him. He's just playing blues for all the sad, repetitive content out there.
Aww.
There you go.
That's
simple,
so sad.
easy. And so the purpose of it was not in some way to say that I'm a good guitar player, because I'm not. But the point was to say that I have a guitar, I can play it. That's a part of it. And this is how I can use it in my business for no apparent reason. I don't even play the blues, guys.
I like that. Well, and I like it the way that I like when comedians, just bring a guitar and strum along and pretend that they're going to play something, and everybody gets all excited. It's like, yeah, and that's not playing a guitar. That's just... I don't know what that is. It's fingering your guitar.
Yeah.
As long as it was good for you, that's fun. But it does add a little something to to
It
the
does.
jabber. if you will.
And so many people have interesting things like that. They just feel like, well, this has nothing to do with my business. Why should I ever talk about it? I was talking to a guy earlier. He has like 40 different types of teas, and that he drinks because he doesn't drink coffee. And he was talking about the fact that, you know, he has these examples of videos that he wants to relate. And I'm like, okay, well, why don't you correlate these 5 steps in your program to 5 different kinds of tea? Because automatically it's like, oh, okay, I've never seen that before. And that's different. I get to learn more about the tea side of things. At least here, you know that Stefan sucks at playing guitar. Okay, great. And you know that he's going to showcase it on camera and not care about it. So you know that probably if you get on one-on-one, we're going to have fun and it's going to be something silly, but we're also going to talk about video.
Well, and I was talking to somebody again today. I talk to a lot of people, LinkedIn specialist, saying that the majority of her posts that get the majority of attention are still ones that have personal content to them. And it doesn't have to be, hey, this is my dog playing fetch. It can be, you know, something relatable that, you know, the dog's in the picture and, hey, we were talking about this. And like, it just has a little something. It's not all businessy, that people are still intrigued. It's still very much a business channel. They still very much want to learn about business, but the ones with the personality are still getting the majority of views.
And if people are thinking, I don't have the time to film, I don't have the time to do this, it doesn't have to be video. LinkedIn is a perfect example for that, where one of our mastermind co-masterminders, whatever they're called, other people in the mastermind, he's a mindset coach, and he was just seeing his garbage getting taken out one morning. He took a picture of it and he said, this is what you need to do with your garbage mindset. You need to take out the garbage that is in your mind. And he wrote a whole post about it with this picture of them taking out. Blew up. People loved it. And it was like this whole thing. You just saw people taking out trash. You know, it's those everyday things that you can, and you think people don't want to do it. But for the amount of people that thought about it and didn't do it, there's so few that actually did it that you're going to stand out immediately because you chose to actually make that post.
Nice. I love that. So I get to ask you, and I have to ask you, is how do you get it up and keep it up in your business? Of course, I'm talking about revenue and profit.
Well, you know, if you really love what you do, then
Right.
it's up all the time. Your revenue, your love for the revenue. I think there is a piece that we've kind of talked about a little bit earlier, and it's saying no and being very emphatic about saying no. Because it's scary thinking, oh, if I say no to all these people all the time, it's not going to give me the revenue, but it's the long term that it ends up giving you the revenue. And you said a really smart thing, because you said in that specific video, you may be going towards a specific person. It doesn't mean you can't say yes later. Sure, some opportunities may not come up. That's fine. Others will. And I think we really get lost in that. We're thinking it has to be in the moment. And more with the kind of social media culture, we have to act now. We have to say yes to everything, do everything all the time, hustle, you know, work 37 hours a day, 50 days a week. Like, no, you have to say no to those things, because you have to say yes to only the right things. And that's been the biggest boost in my business, is when I said, this is all that I do. Because could I do marketing? Could I make you Instagram Canva graphics that look green? Yeah, I could. That's not what I do. That's not the best use of my time. No. So when people ask me if I do that, no, I don't do that. Can I post for you on social media? I could. Do I do it? No, I don't do that.
Nice.
So it's being able to say no, truly.
I can do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Yeah.
So at what point in life did you know that you were especially kind of crazy enough to think that you could become an entrepreneur? Good thing I finished that sentence.
Just now when I was thinking, you know, really, I think what I'm saying with being able to say no is that you need to have consent. I think that's the one thing that we've come across this entire episode is consent is important to people.
Especially when you're filming.
Yes, especially when you're filming. And they should be able to say no at any time. Consent is ongoing. It can be an ongoing conversation. And I think it's the fact that I constantly see and evaluate and want to do different, what I call weird stuff, but really what other people call creative stuff.
Yep.
It's the fact that when I see something, I don't go, okay, well, that's how it's been done. That's how we're going to do it. I go, but how could we do it differently? What about if we do it this other way? And it's not to say that my way is better. by any means, is to say that, well, what if we do both ways? This would be kind of cool and this would be different. And it's that mindset that even when I first I got my doctorate in physical therapy and I got into the clinic, my first job, I was the youngest grad, the youngest physical therapist there, and I did the most education of all of them, meaning I did presentations for all of them with all this new stuff. And that made me go, that's the problem. That's not what's supposed to be happening. They're supposed to be teaching me. And it's because I wanted to find the new different things. And I think it was then that I realized eventually I'm going to do something on my own. I'm going to do some kind of a business thing, because being in the box, I'd rather play with the box and see what else we can do.
That's what he said.
Mhm.
So when they say, hey, let's do this in the kitchen, hey, let's get a video camera, you're going, yeah, it's a great place to do business video. I love it.
Yeah, you can do it in many places. Doing it in public is really, it's good. It's kind of adventurous. Last time when people ask you, where did you do it? Most people do it in their office, or, I mean, maybe you do it in your bedroom because your bedroom is your office, but that's your own business. But yeah, sometimes get out there, do it with other people. Maybe like a little interview, get a little adventurous, but use protection, because other people, they may not want to be on camera quite as much. So maybe if you do an interview, there might be some blurring that might be there. But yeah, be safe, get consent, use protection, and just do it where you can.
You've been absolutely awesome. I love it. Any last words for our peeps?
Be creative, be you. I don't know, that's like, it's so fucking cliche, it's stupid, but that is really it. And purple, yes. But be purple. So aside of that, the reason that I love purple is so many people go like, right, there's the red side, there's the blue side. Literally I have Iron Man and Captain America behind me as those two, and I'm like, let's play with it, let's blend it, let's see what we can come up with. And so yeah, be purple. There you go. I like it.
There you go. Awesome. Stefan, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it immensely, and I know how valuable it is.
My absolute pleasure. I had so much fun.
Thanks. Peeps, this is Michelle Nedelec, your mistress in business. Thank you for being here with us today. Be sure to subscribe to the show and invite your friends so that, we can help you all get it up, because we love having you here. Thank you for listening to the Little Blue Pill for Business podcast with your mistress in business, Michelle Nedelec. Why are you still here? Go to littlebluepillforbusiness.com and get your goodies. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with somebody else that you know would enjoy getting it up in business, after you subscribe to the podcast, of course, so you won't miss any future episodes. Now, check the notes for links. Oh, and only tell your wife if she's into this, entrepreneurship. And I'll see you both on the other side.
As Hyman Brandel once said, never